Welcome back to another episode of Two in the Cooler. Folks, if you want to support the show even more, the best way to do that is to do something nice for yourself and check out the merch that is available at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. We've got shirts, hoodies, long sleeve shirts, bucket hats, fanny packs. We've got slides now that are phenomenal. I'm actually even myself impressed at the quality of these slides. They're really cool. We've got all kinds of stuff, not just for this show, not just for Two in the Cooler, but also for our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', and for the newest show that we produce right here, Quested, an actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast. Their stuff is really cool, especially if you're into D&D. So you can check all of that stuff out at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. The link is going to be in this episode description as well as in our Instagram bio, and I just have to be clear. The quality of these products is not that quality that you're getting from, other shows or podcasts or stuff who are trying to make a quick buck, and they use Gildan brand or whatever, and you buy one of their shirts and you're so excited, but it finally comes and you put it on, it fits like a cardboard box, it shrinks in the wash, it's disgusting, you feel disgusting when you wear it. Not with us. Okay? Because we care about you, and we appreciate you. That's why the t-shirts in particular, tri-blend material, that's Target quality, folks. You're not going to get that stuff anywhere else except at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Folks, if you're like me, you hate going to the grocery store. It's my least favorite errand. The parking lot. In the first place, the parking lot is a terrible situation. There's people out there, nobody's looking where they're going, and then you finally get inside, and it's just this labyrinth of products. The jelly and the peanut butter are in two completely separate aisles. People are banging their carts into each other. Nobody's looking you in the eye. It's like a weird scatter. It's the strangest thing. It's terrible. And then you finally get out of there, and you get home, and you realize you forgot that last item. What are you going to do? Turn around and go back? No, forget all of that. You don't have to deal with this, okay? You got enough stress in your life. You can make things easier on yourself by using Instacart, because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your other favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. And the best part is, right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is spend $10, and Instacart is going to take care of you, whatever you need, deliver it right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. All you have to do to get this deal is hit the link that's going to be in the show description and make things a little easier on yourself. Start using Instacart today. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', or Quested, the new D&D actual play podcast that we produce right here, you can email snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. It's no secret that podcasting has really blown up. Big companies are getting in the mix, okay? We're talking State Farm, McDonald's. These are companies that advertise on the Super Bowl, and now they're advertising on podcasts. And it's cool that they're coming away from traditional media, but it's a little weird, and the reason that I honestly don't like it that much is because it doesn't leave any room for smaller local companies to get in on the action. But that's what we are here for. So if you're interested in learning more about the benefits of podcast advertising and why all these major corporations are getting into the mix, again, you can reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. Let's do it. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Absolutely.
We're so happy to be here.
I'm excited for this one. Yeah, you guys came in with a lot of energy.
Oh, always.
Woke me right up.
We didn't even really smoke that much either.
Yeah.
I know. We just drank our weed water and we were like, okay.
Yeah, what is that?
This stuff's actually really good.
It's exactly.
There's a green one and a yellow one. This one's Pineapple Express. It's
Yeah,
got 20
so
milligrams of THC, 5 milligrams of CBD. It's really good.
You can get it right down the road here at Sativa Remedy.
Oh, yeah, that's a great store. We talked about them before.
Yeah, Nee's our girl. She's a doll, but she hooked us up and got us onto weed water. And the best part, it's literally just terpenes and
you just drink it.
And you just drink it.
Wow.
And it's nice because this one, they're all... So with cannabis, you're able to get what you want now, right? So it's all about what you want to feel, how you're feeling, and how to make it better. So it's nice because they have just different strains, if you want to call it that, but it's not. Yeah. But it is. And they have a couple flavors, which makes it nice.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about. Have you guys had like other weed infused beverages and stuff?
I have a lot of them, but nothing
Not
like this
this.
is legit. Like you could drink this all day.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd
for
be
real?
Interesting,
Yes.
but yeah.
And it's a nice
be a long day,
buzz, but not a buzz. It's a high, I guess.
Weird. I've never had one of those, but I've always wanted to try one. There's like seltzers that are infused that I've seen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what it would
Had
be
some
like.
pop.
but it
Usually it's
sounds
like
good.
really bitter. Like you can tell you're like it's a little nasty. I don't like
Okay.
the bitterness. This
This
you don't taste
isn't.
shit.
It's a total game changer when it comes to the beverage world, I definitely think. And especially if you are someone who typically consumes a beverage or two on the weekends or whatever. I do notice that, I mean, you're not going to get a hangover from it. And it's a little bit more of a, I mean, I feel like you're able to.
If you're trying to stop drinking, it's a perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You want to
it's
get
like-
into weed and stop drinking.
Yeah, be able to like, especially during summertime, right? Like, for a
Yes.
dry
Oh,
weekend,
yeah,
you're sitting
absolutely.
around, everybody's drinking, and
Right.
you're like, well, I don't really want to drink, but
Right. And then
Yeah.
everyone knows you're that bitch with the polar seltzer and
Yeah.
or the LaCroix, and you're
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
But honestly, it just really, it's nice to be able to still hang out and not be looked down upon if I like bring my bong and am smoking in the corner at the party. You know what I mean? Like that's seen so negatively. So it's nice to have found something that keeps it kind of like at a level place with everybody else.
yeah, sit there and sip on a weed water. What a convenient way to consume weed.
Right.
It's convenience. That's really what it comes down to, especially when you're a parent.
Yeah.
It's just trying to find it or get it in how you can. Kind of like sex too when you're a
little
parent. But
quickie.
hey,
That's
yeah.
exactly what it is.
Well, I mean, I don't
I've
know.
always said that.
No, just getting it in real quick, right?
Little quickie.
Where do they make this stuff? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I actually have been in communication with them, so
Well-la-di-da.
pretty
The
shitty
prepared
of me.
one of the group.
The
No,
pretty
shout
shitty
out.
one of
Yeah,
me.
sure.
I want to say that they're from this area though, like in
that's sick.
Rochester, but I'm
Oh, here,
totally
I'll scan
fucking
it.
off.
Yeah, they got a
I bet
QR
you,
code.
mate. Yeah, let's fucking check this
easy.
shit out.
Yeah.
I
Away here.
but yeah, no, they're great, and it's just crazy because like in the world of cannabis, there's so many different ways to consume. I mean, let's be real, you can eat it, smoke it. I mean,
Drink it.
put it on your
Yeah.
skin, drink it. There's so many ways to get the medicinal value of it or the recreational value. Let's be real, like we want to.
And I'm trying to stop actually smoking it myself.
Right, we are.
Like vapes and shit. I'm trying to stop flower. I just love smoking flowers.
Yeah.
Right.
About it. But drinking this, I hate drinking water. So
And I'm not looking to eat a brownie 4 times a day
No.
just to get my
Yeah.
buzz.
old real
Yeah.
quick.
And it's not even a buzz. It's just to like go with my day.
Yeah.
It's so hard to explain if you aren't someone who consistently smokes weed or consumes or whatever.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, you have those moments where you smoke too much or you eat too much and you're like, fuck that. I am never going down that road again. And you go back to drinking because it's just so much easier and it's something you like and know. But it's nice that like cannabis, you kind of figure out what you need individually and can then decipher like, you want to go the recreational route tonight or do you need it all day because you're going to work or
Yeah.
you know, whatever. Where I mean, I hate this because I feel like I'm bagging on you guys because 2 in the cooler means all about a brewski, right?
I don't know. Drink a
Oh,
doesn't
that
mean
was
anything.
that is the origin of it.
Okay,
yeah, but
right.
it's
But
yeah.
do you feel like things have been evolving a little bit for you guys in the drinking world?
What do you mean?
Like, do you feel as if like you would want to dive into the world of cannabis or
Oh,
like
yeah.
having a drink, or do you feel like I don't know, people your age are finding it?
I can't speak for too many folks our age, but I don't really.
He's like, I don't go out much, but no, I'm
I don't
just
go
kidding.
out that
No, we don't either. That's why I'm
But
wondering.
well, yeah, but you guys have 2 very good reasons not to.
Yeah, exactly.
But I really don't drink a lot. I will usually take edibles and like, you know, depending on the milligrams that I take, I'll like time it out and stuff like that.
Right.
Because I like to be like, you know, number one, the hangovers was a huge deterrent for me to switch it around. But also like I just feel so much more wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah,
I
that
can't,
is
what is that
embarrassing.
word? Coherent. I just feel
Yeah.
a lot more
Yeah.
coherent.
Yeah.
If I've just
You're
even
on
if I've
your
just got
game.
exactly.
You're on
exactly.
your game no matter what. You can lose control if you do. It is a possibility, but it's not a lose control where
No, you
you're
just fall asleep.
embarrassing the
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
out of
Like just
yourself.
fucking drool and fall asleep.
Yeah, and you probably will eat your fridge. I mean, honestly,
That's a
it's
definite.
yeah.
our grocery bill with 2 kids and stoners.
I
Dude,
know.
in
And
this
then when you
economy,
have
it's like,
friends
fuck.
come over,
You
it's
take out
like
a loan for groceries. It's insane.
you just have to have all the candy.
You have to
things.
have good snacks.
Oh yeah, we
All
have a
the
whole munchie.
snacks.
Our whole closet's all munchies.
Yeah.
all the fucking snacks.
We have those
But
Sour
then on
Patch
that
Kids, the
basic
big ones, a whole bag of them, family size. Yeah, that's the way to go. I ate like a quarter of it last night.
But then we make it cute and Pinterest worthy, and I label
Yeah.
everything, so it's fine.
Yeah, so it looks
it's
perfect.
fine.
Yeah.
So it's like the parent part.
It all
of things.
depends on the lighting.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's all.
all about
That's
the
the
lighting.
difference between a bad stoner and a good stoner. Quote unquote. It's all about the
You heard it,
lighting is
folks.
the only thing that
You heard
matters.
it here first. It's all about the lighting.
Yeah. Interior decor has a lot to do with it.
So when did you guys start moving away from? Cause do either of you drink now, or are you both totally done with it?
No.
Totally. I actually dabbled a little bit last year and got twisted at Tim Reynolds. He came through at like some little like banquet center in Clarence Center at Samuel's
fucking
Grand
forgot
Manor
you
out
went
of
there.
fucking
It's down the street from our
nowhere.
house. She's
It's
like, I'm
just-
hammered. I need to take a new. I'm like, you don't
Yeah.
even drink. She's like, I know. I'm like,
Yeah, and it was just like one of those things. Like when summer hits,
Yeah.
there's something in the fucking air,
And
it's like a Corona by the fucking pool. Or like the rosé. Like I didn't do that for a couple of years because I didn't drink, and drinking just it's a negative thing for me. I'm an alcoholic. A lot of people don't realize that, but like if you just pick up something to drink and you don't know how your night's gonna go, that's a type of alcoholism. So for me, like I just felt I keep blacking out or I keep embarrassing myself. My anxiety was through the fucking roof. And I was trying to build something of myself, to be a better person. And that wasn't making me a better person. So then I stopped drinking. And then right around that time is when I met Derek. And he was still drinking.
I was trying to stop, which was
Yeah.
convenient, but
He had our first date, we like hung out, got super fucking high because I thought I was a stoner back then.
We both did.
Yeah, we
We
both
were
thought
not
we were
at
cool.
all.
And we ordered a sheet pizza for the two of us, Hawaiian pizza, and then fell asleep.
that's how high we were.
Yeah.
No
So,
clue
and
why.
then we fell in love.
We didn't even eat the pizza. We didn't even pop the box.
I love.
Nothing.
We could talk about Hawaiian pizza real quick if we have
Yeah,
to.
what's the quick debate?
I
here?
love
Fruit-
Hawaiian pizza.
I love
All
it.
day,
I'm
baby.
in.
Hawaiian
All day.
pizza is
I'm
so
It's got
good.
pineapple
Yeah.
and ham on it.
Pineapple and
Yeah.
ham.
You know how I feel
Totally.
about pineapple.
Actually,
Yeah, Andrew
who-
doesn't like pineapple.
Who makes? Is it Macy's Pizza? Makes,
Oh, they make
They have
like
the
a
stoner pizza.
blackberry
She knows about
ricotta basil nonsense with
that's
like a
a lot.
honey
With
hot
weed
drizzle
oil on it.
Oh,
or
really?
something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know
Cool.
if they do that. We probably shouldn't be throwing things out there.
Whatever.
They
Weed
might.
oil.
We can edit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's pretty interesting how people have been able to just take everything and anything and like put weed in there, man.
Yeah.
Anything.
Well, as it's becoming, more accepted socially
Yeah.
across the country, people are realizing what a versatile substance it is, which is
Exactly.
crazy. And that's another thing that goes into why it's becoming more accepted because, like our mom, for example, or somebody like that, or our grandma who,
yeah.
visited Sativa
Our
Remedy a
generations,
little while
let's
ago.
be real.
there you go.
Our
Sure.
parents on, honestly.
Yeah. They might not want to take a bong hit, but if they've
Mm-hmm.
got like some kind of topical cream or even like a small, innocent looking gummy,
Exactly.
they're like, you know what? Ooh, I'll be a little dangerous. I'll give it a
Yes,
shot. And then next
yes.
thing you know, they realize it's not reefer madness. It's,
Right.
Yeah, your majority
Right,
of people, like in like the legal dispensaries, like MedMen, Main and Transit, like your average age in there, they think it's people our age sitting there
No.
trying to get fucked up. Your average age is like 60 plus.
Right.
Like, and these people are
Easy.
trying to get off meds,
Yeah.
sucking down ibuprofen 24/7, painkillers, all that shit. But
Yep.
people don't realize that. It's
mean-
your older crew that's in there, not the younger
There's
crew.
a lot of people that, they're not even able to go to the dispensaries because they're not able to get it on the medical end, right? They're not able to be prescribed it. And so they're going any other which way. They don't know where they're going. And so, like, that's kind of where we're trying to come in and get rid of that taboo so that we can show, hey, you walk into this dispensary, this is how it's going to go down. Like, it's not a scary situation. If anything, I find them to be more friendly than fucking TJ Maxx.
There's a lot
you
of big
know?
words though. You walk in and you hear sativa,
Yeah.
indica, this, that, fucking
There's a lot of
green
numbers.
crack. I'm like,
There's a
green
lot of
crack. I thought this was
percentages.
weed. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
Right. You're
it
like,
can't
I
be
just want
fucking
the
scary.
green shit.
Yeah.
As long as it's green and it doesn't smell like a skunk, that's all they know. And that's what it is.
Right.
So it's like, we want to be able to show, like, you can get weed that has, more on a CBD end. You can get flower that's full CBD, and it's still going to have a positive value. So, we do that, and then it's like tutorials. How to pack a bowl.
How to roll a joint.
People don't know that shit because we weren't taught that. All we were taught was how to crack this, and that
Make mom and dad a drink.
Right.
Yeah.
How many times have we made mom and dad a
For
drink?
a quarter.
Yeah,
Well, I used to
literally.
get beers for
Grab
a
me a
quarter.
beer.
Making
Yeah.
specials.
People train their dogs to get beers. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
yeah,
pretty impressive,
yeah,
by the way.
yeah.
that's pretty.
Yeah.
If you can train a dog to roll a joint,
Oh my God!
grab
That
your
was the
bong.
most famous dog
I
in
just
the
want him
world.
to grab my
Yeah.
bong.
Airbud 6.
I think
can't-
Airbud could do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had this conversation all the time where I think that dogs should be able to do way more than
Oh,
if they're really
absolutely.
that like they're so smart.
I don't
And I
think
think
they
that they
should
should
do
be way more.
Yeah, but you were
They're
talking
lazy.
about dogs should be able to speak.
I do think they should be able to.
They
That's
do, but they
insane.
do in their own language. All
But
animals do.
that's what I'm saying. If they have vocal cords and they understand what we're saying,
Yeah.
like it's just like a baby can't speak when it's a baby. You have to teach a baby like
Do
how
you
to
think they
pronounce
actually
words.
understand us, or they're
Oh, yeah,
they're
absolutely.
understanding like the
They know what
flow,
you're
the
saying.
I do.
mannerisms,
Well, I
and
think
they
tones
know that
is
it's
big.
the
What I think it
tone.
is. I think
Tones
it's
is big,
tones.
but they definitely do names. Like dogs will recognize names, people names.
Or
Yeah,
tone
absolutely.
of the name.
Yeah. No, I promise you they'll not recognize people
Yeah.
names.
No, I was just
And like the word bad. Dogs do not like that because you could say it in a good way and they still do not
They
like
still
it.
know that
Yeah,
shit.
they're like, that's not good. What am I doing?
I guess I
See,
haven't
I'm
spent
not-
enough time with dogs.
No.
I'm not a dog person.
I love dogs.
I like the idea of dogs.
Me too, but then they like pissed and shit in my house, and I was like, "That's conditional love," because right now there's no love. Like I have none, zero. Like that's where it comes down to.
It's definitely a lot of work. Like,
Yeah.
A ton of work.
yeah.
Way
And then
more than you
and
think.
then like when you have babies, and then like you have to do the dog thing with the babies, it just is a whole other world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just
I don't
be
spend-
a
yeah.
dog dad.
Yeah, I don't spend much time thinking about babies quite yet. I know Andrew does quite a bit.
What?
Yeah, I know you want a kid bad.
He's like, wait,
yeah.
what?
He's been telling me behind the scenes. He
That's
just
not
doesn't-
true.
Yeah.
That's
All
not
the
true.
kids,
Our mom
twins.
listens to this podcast, man.
That's why I say stuff like
Come on,
that.
twins. It's okay. You just want all the children.
Twin sounds brutal.
I
But
really-
you guys were saying, I mean, you guys are pretty close
You
with
guys
that.
are
Your kids
15 months, right?
Yeah, we're
15
15
months.
months.
Our
We
kids
did
are
that
what,
on-
14?
No.
No,
No, about.
they're close. No,
Yeah.
yeah, 14
15,
months.
14,
December and
15.
February.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those, Irish twins, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
that's what
Irish
they
twins.
say.
We wanted that.
No. Well,
No,
technically,
they
Irish
technically
twins
have
is
to be
in-
under the.
Yeah, like our dad
Within
and his
12
brother and our
months,
uncle
yeah.
are 11 months.
Oh,
See,
okay.
you have to be
technically-
right in the same year.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Oh, I
That's
gotcha.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, like when you really think down to the logistics of how
Yeah.
that went down.
No, it's
Like you're like
Plugging away.
yeah.
you know, that's what they had back then, though. There was
Savage.
a work ethic. you know, to
savage.
it.
Yeah.
That's a savage. That's
There was no internet. You just
Yeah, yeah. There's only
Let's
one
make a
option.
kid.
Yeah.
that's all we did.
As a
That's
child.
what COVID was for a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people.
but we planned it, and it was just convenient that
Right.
COVID
We were
happened.
like,
Yeah.
this worked out really nice that you're home this whole entire time for this
Seriously,
one.
yeah, right.
If that could happen again for the second birth, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? You guys had your second kid, and then COVID
Yeah.
came around?
Jackson was born the day after Christmas, and COVID happened
Gotcha.
That
In March.
literally
Yeah.
3 months afterwards.
And
Yeah.
then we just decided, well, like we wanted, don't get me wrong, I wanted twins. That whole like out the door at the same time, all of it. It all is at one moment. Like you don't have to like do it all
twice.
over
Yeah.
again. Like it's a lot sometimes. There's times in our lives that are just too much. This potty training game is a fucking joke. My
Our
son,
kid, our kid shit on the carpet
He
yesterday.
literally,
He rips off his diaper. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I
Off
turn around for 2
and
seconds.
poop next
I'm like,
to it.
There's a turd on the floor.
Pooped
Poop
next to the
next.
diaper.
Like a shit was on the floor.
That's a
I
power
was just
move.
laying there.
How old was that one who shit on the floor?
The old one. But the
Oh,
young
okay.
one did it the other day. He was running around at Mimi's
That
house
was
in the
more of like
backyard.
an accident.
Yeah.
The
It's like a
fact
dog
that
just
this
running around
one
shit.
To take
Took
your,
it
yeah,
off.
took the diaper
Dude.
off and said, "No, I'm just."
He's
gonna,
like, I'm gonna shit
yeah.
on the carpet. Fuck the diaper.
I'm
But
just
you could
impressed
look
with
at
it.
it. You could look at it as like a good thing. Like he knows, like okay,
Right.
eventually he's gonna have to like take his
Yeah.
diaper. Like,
I guess we're halfway there. I guess.
Yeah.
We were halfway
now you just
there.
gotta, not on the carpet though.
That was
Maybe
a
let's try
mess.
the toilet
That
next
was a
time.
mess.
I'm just more impressed on like how he got a full log out without sitting or squatting.
Yeah, it's just like,
It just was like a full
You got an
like,
athlete on your hands.
oh,
Yeah.
this, yeah.
for
Something
sure.
special.
This kid's built like a tree.
He's something special.
He's 2.5. Everybody that sees him like, oh, what grade's he in? I go,
Yeah, eighth.
He's 2.5. Like, oh,
Honestly,
okay.
well, that's
He looks
the,
like a 5-year-old.
That's
Kid's
the fucking
built like this
problem on the
fucking
fucking
table.
playground is these kids are like thinking they're the same age as him because he's as big as them, but developmentally the kid's not there. He's 2.
Sure.
So it's like a 3 or 4 year old's like, well, don't hit me when you want something, and like hits him back, and I'm like, no, he's 2. Don't hit him, please. Don't hit my child. Kids are crazy
Tough
nowadays.
love, man. Yeah. Children are insane.
Yeah.
Did you guys beat the shit out of each other when you were kids, or were you guys like the best brothers?
We
were not
we
good
hated
brothers.
Really? Look at you. Seem like you were the one. Like you were just like not having him.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
could be
Wow.
seen
That was
for-
a good read.
for
Holy
a-
shit.
For a lot, I could be seen as quite the antagonizer. I would have to.
Yeah, it was an instigator. It was
Yeah.
a real problem.
Yeah.
The poker.
Hysterical though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, as long as it's funny.
Well, yeah. We would fight almost every day, like after school, until Andrew moved to Florida when he graduated high school. Yeah.
Oh wow, so right on through.
Yeah. Yeah. Until we didn't live together anymore, and then we were like, "Hey, you're not so bad."
But that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
You know.
Right? I like my siblings now.
Yeah.
I kind of like, like you end up liking your parents, all of it.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Definitely. Yeah.
They're okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that because they'll hear this. Well, our mom will. Jerry's
Does
not,
she
but
listen
mom
to
listens.
every single episode?
Yeah, she does.
Oh my God, my heart.
great.
My mom the other day was like, "What's a podcast?"
Yeah. Yeah. We. Yeah. She listens. To,
amazing.
yeah. Most episodes.
She shouldn't though. Oh, well, I mean,
She
You
can
don't
if
want-
she wants
yeah,
to.
I
I mean,
mean,
what are you
yeah.
gonna do? Like, it's too late now.
but that's
It's like
she-
our 130th episode. I think we're far enough
Right,
along.
but like,
Really done that
what?
better?
no. This is one.
That's
Yeah, they're
18.
killing it.
Oh, 118.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're
I
killing
highballed
it.
us.
I love it. But
Oh.
I mean, my question is like, what's the one thing where you said it, you knew she was gonna hear it, and you were like, "Oh fuck." Is there anything good?
I don't know. Not really, because it's
thing
more
about-
it's like it's more important in the moment to like have a good flow on the show.
Right.
And
So,
then,
and then you realize,
well, what's
yeah,
I mean, what's she
yeah,
gonna do? She'll
yeah.
be fine.
Yeah. She'll
The
figure
thing, and on the flip side, for me, like the thing about my life was my friends were always at my house, like,
Oh,
always
yeah.
talking to my
That's how
parents.
we were,
So I
yeah.
didn't do a single like. There's not a single thing in my life that my friends haven't like already told my parents.
Oh,
They're gonna
okay.
be hysterical. Like, yeah, remember this time you did that? I'm like, yeah, that's my mom, but I appreciate it. So
I know they found like our parents found out later on, and like how we were sneaking out of the house or how we were doing this and that. It just happens.
yeah.
What I'm really curious for you guys now, though, is what's it been like interacting with other parents who maybe have a bias, like a bad bias towards weed?
Yeah,
We've had a couple of
We've
them.
had a couple.
Sure.
We had it's late. I don't want to mention her name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a post, and long story short, so our kid, I don't know how much you know about our son, but very long story short, son was born blind in his right eye, completely blind, been through surgeries left and right. We almost moved to Cleveland because he was in Cleveland Clinic so much. But what did you post on the internet? She posted
It was
something.
a video along the lines of like smoking weed and like just it's normal and whatever. And a mom pretty much said like that's probably the reason that
Oh yeah, that
your
was it.
child
and the best
has
part
a
was she
disability.
never smoked one time.
Yeah, like I
Didn't even
didn't
take
do
CBD,
anything.
nothing.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, and it's like people are gonna be ignorant
You
no
literally,
matter
laugh.
what you
You're
do.
like,
Yeah,
what
it
the
is.
So it
fuck
just-
is wrong with people?
It's
Like,
really just come down to the situation that anybody that has tried to have a conversation about it or an argument over it, I mean, if it's worth that type of conversation, because I definitely think we've started to learn like who are those people to have those conversations with and who not to, because sometimes it's not even
worth
worth
it.
it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can tell.
You just can kind
yeah.
of tell.
You can see they got
quick.
that haircut,
Right.
and you know.
Yeah, you go.
Right. So it's like with that, and then we just try to be as open and honest with everything, and 9 out of 10 times we kind of win the argument because they never can have a rebuttal when we
People
come
just like
down
to argue,
to it.
and I don't like to argue, so
Yeah.
I like to make it very like, why the fuck are we arguing?
Yeah.
Type thing. Like, okay,
Right. Like, why come at me when, you're having margaritas by the pool while your kids are swimming?
Yeah.
Now, can I say that maybe you had one too many and you can't control, if one of your children were to suddenly have, that's what people want to come at you for. Is
Yeah.
how are you going to be the shittiest
Fuck up.
parent and
Yeah.
fuck up? That's really what we're noticing, I feel like.
we've had a lot more people,
I've
ton
had
of
more
support, but more
positive.
questions of like, my husband and I, my wife and I, whatever, have been smoking for years. How do we bring it up to the kids? How do we talk to
Yeah.
them? Like the older crew, our kids are young enough where they don't
They
fucking
have no
know.
clue,
My
yeah.
grandmother
Right.
used to smoke chain smoke cigarettes. That's
Right.
what I knew. That was fucking normal. Like who knows? But it's more of like, how do I educate the kids and how do we stop drinking, stuff like that. So like we'll post a lot of the stuff. We'll ask questions like, what do you want? And we'll share it, and other people are talking about it, which is good. But
right. It's just what we're trying to do is just create that ability of like this open, safe community. That's what it was, a Instagram social media place. Yeah. People can go to, but like the podcast is to inform, and like we're just trying to build so much more so that we have people a space where they can talk about these questions
listen,
or
whatever.
listen or understand this world of cannabis without it being seen as either a doctor saying it and it's just on the medical end, or a total hippie who's just smoking and loving life. There's a difference, and there's an in-between, and neither are wrong or right or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But for us, it's allowing people to see like we're just a mom and a dad, and
you could be normal functioning people and not a scumbag.
And you can have a
Yes,
you don't have a balanced life with your children.
Exactly.
And
you don't need to be a rapper and throwing down blunts every day all day, or you can be, and like it's still okay, and they're probably doing great things. We've noticed like cannabis is just, it's a whole other level of thinking when it's consumed, and ability to understand yourself. It slows things down so that you can understand who you truly are deep down, because it's pausing and slowing everything around you. It's making you think a little bit more, where I feel like that's helped us evolve like on the individual end and as a couple and as a parent. And it's kept us patient, and I'll know when I need to smoke. And it's sad because a lot of parents, I think, go through this, especially like stay-at-home moms, where we're, automatically like, you kind of just go off the handle, and you don't mean to, because it's hard. When your kids are screaming bloody murder for no reason and then throwing gummies at you.
There's a shit on the carpet.
Yeah, and there's a turd on the carpet. And, there's moms who crack open a wine bottle halfway through the day because it's that fucking hard. And so now there's just something different, a little other way that you can kind of take the edge off in a sense. And it takes you to a level past just numbing it, because I feel like that's what that is, the alcohol part. It's allowing you to embrace it and take in the moment with your child.
Deal with it.
And seeing like what they're
my kid's crying. Instead of screaming at him like I was, shut the fuck up, this is just how it is. Like, dude, what's wrong? Like, slowly I talk to my kids. Like, bro, what's wrong?
Right.
No. Just listen to him. Like, he wants a fucking TV show. Put the TV show on. Like,
come on, watch Coco Melon. Let's go.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. It's just that it gets us to. It makes me a better mom.
Yeah.
It really does.
Which is a good thing.
Right.
And I think, and again, and you kind of said it, like everybody has their own way to do things, right? And it's not that you're sitting here saying the opposite, like, oh, there's nothing wrong still with being that mom that it's been a long day, like have a glass of wine, like that's your thing. But what that mom has to realize is that's, in a sense, no different than like you going outside and smoking a joint real quick and then coming back in and cooking dinner for your kids, like, and then you're enjoying dinner a lot more. Because,
I think it's a stubbornness that people got to kick. Yeah. Like they know it's, and the fact is that it's medicine. Like alcohol is not medicine. That how many kids, like we don't give our kids cannabis. A lot of people think, oh, I've never given my kid cannabis ever, not one time. But it's the stubbornness of people realizing that, okay, I get it. And they're like, no, like they just want to not believe it almost type thing. I think.
Everyone's a fucking hater in this world. Let's be real. Everyone's just dealing with their own bullshit in their own head and just having their own stuff. And instead of dealing with their own shit, they'd rather fucking shit on everyone else.
Just easier.
Exactly.
Well, and I say this all the time too, like, especially you guys, right? Like you guys put yourself out there. You try to create this platform for people to come to. And there's obviously, like you said, a lot of positive support, but you also get a lot of shit for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's just scary.
Yeah, my thing is, I say this to people all the time, and every once in a while you see something, you have to complain about it. Like that's just life, right? Like sometimes you're in a mood and you're just like, fuck it, I'm gonna complain about this. But at the same time, like a lot of times, I'm sure people see you and they, complain, and in reality, they're sitting there, their 3 kids are running around screaming, crying, and they're like, I wish I was just sitting there enjoying myself with my family like these people are, but instead I gotta, do
That's
all
what we're
the
trying to help. Like, how do I do that or not? Like,
and I do want to say too, like us we try and show the real fucking part of it too.
Yeah.
Like the raw shit. Literally, I fucking threw a picture of the fucking shit up there
Shit
with
of
a little
poo on
poop on
Instagram.
it.
It was pretty
Yeah,
fun.
but it's just like
So I didn't take that down.
I covered it up with an emoji poo. It's fine. All
You can see the ends.
right, calm down. We don't need any more.
Yeah,
details.
ends are
Poop
okay.
pic.
Ends are okay.
Ends are okay.
That was a good poop pic.
Oh my god, I can't believe this. But anyways, it's just now I forgot what I was saying. You asked. We
My
got
bad.
so far deep into this poop talk that I can't.
That's most of our podcast. What it turns out to be.
See, is
Yeah,
this
we
what
just-
boys do? You guys
Yeah.
have been doing this since we were 12. Like, just
Yeah.
talking about poop and it's funny.
Yeah.
Everybody poops.
I do have a question, and it's something that
Yeah.
you kind of touched on, but I want to ask
Yeah,
both of you guys about it.
absolutely.
You mentioned, sometimes some of the things that people will come to you about is like, hey, how do we kind of sit down and have this conversation with our kids? Yeah. Is that something that you guys have thought a lot about, I'm guessing? Or, and is that something that like what is your opinion on that?
It's got to be done if you're gonna, and don't hide it from the kids. It's like I feel like it makes it worse. It makes it bad,
And
it gives
kids
it that
aren't
stigma.
dumb either.
They're not,
like,
if you
yeah.
don't think your 12-year-old kid's at home whacking a pen somewhere, you're fucking high yourself.
All
Because-
right, calm down.
Hold on.
'Cause I will.
To get weed back in high school,
Yeah,
I'm
true.
34. I mean, it was like buying crack. Like, yeah. Now
Yeah.
these kids
We
are
were
just
You get killed getting it,
Andrew
yeah.
was talking about the other day, like sneaking into a cemetery at like 3 a.m.
literally.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
meet someone in a sketchy
Just like
park.
stuff
What the
like
fuck
that.
am I
Yeah.
doing?
The
Like,
good old days.
but yeah, now you just whack a vape pen and you're done. But our goal is to like educate the kids on like
Right.
it's a plant. It grows out of the ground. It statistically has never killed anybody ever, and that's my argument to anybody. It's like fuck you. I'm like, well, let me just answer a simple question, and they get pissed and they don't know what to say. I'm like, I'm not being a dick, but no one's ever died from it.
Yeah.
But it's teaching them that it's a medicine, how it helps people, and
Right.
just what it is, and just make it.
So
a
for us in
normal
our
thing.
home,
But hold
it-
on, they're not going to smoke till they're
Right.
old. I'm not letting
I
my
do
kids,
wanna say that.
rip
Yeah.
bongs till they're 12 years old in the
The thing
backyard.
is-
like,
is-
I wasn't assuming. I kind
no,
of
I'm
assumed
just
that.
saying,
Yeah.
yeah. They're going to
So, like,
smoke
the
it. It
thing
is
is-
what it is. Like, I get it. But
But cannabis is able to be consumed for children as well. Like we're not taking that away by any means because it has helped a lot of children with a lot of disabilities, and that's
I know
an
a buddy
amazing
myself,
yes.
He helps his kid every
Right.
single day with it.
Right. So to know that that's there for children as well is, I think, something that's proven in itself that it could be for anybody. But we smoke in front of our kids in a sense. We don't smoke like them right in the same area,
hotbox
but
them in the
right,
car.
we're not hotboxing them in the car. But if we're walked away in the backyard and our windows are there, we're not like, oh, come here, Jackson. Let's go in the
Yeah.
playroom. We're not trying to hide it by any means.
Someone goes out and
It's-
smokes a cigarette. Smoking a cigarette.
Right,
Right.
Or,
Everybody's got their own voice.
having an ibuprofen, right? Or you have a headache, you take an ibuprofen. Our children are going to have to someday. What do? We hide it up in the cabinet. We make sure our younger children don't get to it. Same concept.
Yeah.
Same thing with alcohol, right? We just make sure it's not in a place where our children
We've
can
got
get
like
it.
8 child locks.
Exactly.
I think there's a lock on the lock on the lock.
Yeah.
Lock on-
I think
yeah.
like pothead parents are probably the best at keeping shit safe, and because we're so fucking paranoid.
Yeah, because they're thinking of everything all the time. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how
You're
that
like,
happened. They're like,
yeah.
well, that's locked. Yeah, what if they get through that lock?
Yeah,
Let's
right.
put one more on there. They're
No,
like,
but like, what if he
that-
shimmies his way?
Yeah,
up
they
that
still might get-
fucking-
yeah.
He gets a ladder.
yeah,
It's like,
there's
what?
yeah. Then they can't even get in. They're like,
Yeah.
ah, shit.
I've
Like-
had
Go to bed.
that happen a couple times. Or you forget where you hit it, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck, it's up here somewhere. It's happened too, but it's all good.
Oh, but it is what it is. I'm like, I agree with you guys. Like it, and I know Andrew does too. There definitely is a stigma, and I think that it comes from so many different places.
100%.
Just like historical
anything,
But I think
bias,
that, like-
honestly.
Like I remember, I was in Massachusetts with a couple of my buddies who smoke, and they wanted to go to the dispensary because they have them there, and I was like, yeah, like let's go. So I drove them there, and we walked in, and it was crazy. Like to your point, it was a Friday night. There was all walks of life in there, like
everybody.
like every single person you could imagine, like getting off of work, retired people, old people, young people, everybody. And I think that having people that work at those places where you can say, and this is something that you touched on, like, hey, if I were to sit down and smoke some weed that I bought for $20 from a random guy on the street, like I would be paranoid and anxious, and within 10 minutes, and I'd
Right.
be freaking out. Like, I want to be able to enjoy myself, but I don't want that.
Right.
And that's what people can get. And I feel like that's why there's that stigma that comes from that, is because it's like oh, like you don't always know what you're getting, but now that you have that opportunity and you can use it in the way that you need it. You don't have to just,
You're not just getting like skunky weed from Joe Schmo off the corner who gave it to Brett and Ken at school, and now they're giving it to you and you spent $20. It's not that world anymore.
The people, what do they call them? The bud tenders, I think they call them. They are actually very well educated in the whole industry. Like names of stuff, this and that. Like I remember the first one I walked into was in Denver, and it was really weird to begin with. But we walked in, it was like a Burger King. There was like a whole menu, and it literally said like body high, head high, mix, and it was like all these different strains of what to get. And I'm like, I'll do a number 2, a number 7. Like it was literally like order.
Yeah, and you see them, and they'll have, like the percentages on there, their lab tests,
they're
like
labeled, they're sealed, it's in a bag. Like
my favorite part, honestly, it's so sweet, is when I go in and you see, because they'll have like full consultations with you. It's and to see the older people come in who are like nervous, terrified, because how many years did they take the weed away from their kids growing up? And now they're like in pain and hearing or prescribed now from their own doctors weed, and they're like nervous that they're doing something wrong. And so it's nice to see them just sit them down and like go through the book and show them the old school way, and not just like this is what's going to happen, this is how, and like slowly progress them into what they need, rather than just being thrown into, hey, smoke this much and you'll be fine, whatever, we'll see. And then what happens? You go smoke that, you have the worst time, and then what are the odds of you going back to that again?
Probably not. Huh?
Right.
Or what are the odds of you telling that anecdote to like other people and being like, no, weed is bad because of the experience that I had by myself. But the dispensary way, that really is the way to do it, though. Like you said, kind of the old school way, but to approach it from and to present it from a somewhat scientific standpoint and make people understand. And that's another thing that you can do with weed that is not, you can't do with alcohol, or is not done with alcohol, and it leaves it doesn't leave any real room for the crazy arguments that people are sometimes coming up to you guys with. Right. And that's why I think people get so angry sometimes when you are, they try to argue with you, and you just kind of tell them these facts. Like, one, obviously there's a lot of bias that people have just because of, in the same breath that they were told about weed in the first place, they were told about how bad it is, and how if you smoke it, it's either going to make you crazy or it's going to be a gateway drug, and you're going to start
lose your job.
Exactly. And that it makes you lazy and all that stuff. But also people are so afraid to be wrong.
Oh yeah, especially nowadays.
Exactly.
100%. Nobody wants to be wrong about anything.
I didn't know people could be wrong anymore.
Oh yeah, you didn't know? Yeah. Yeah, that's the big thing when we started this page. I'm like, listen, we sat down, we're putting our neck out there. Like, you're gonna get chewed out.
And that's a big thing too. We try and tell people, like, we are trying to learn too, and we want to say, like, a part of this is creating relationships with not just dispensaries, but our legacy dealers who, we've met so many of them in New York.
The old school day one guys.
Yeah. The ones who have made and paved the way. And there are some who are still in fucking jail for this shit. And that's the fucked up stuff, that something that's medicine in our home and brought our family together. Because honestly, me and him would probably not be doing too hot or divorced for all the things that we had to deal with our sons.
Living in hospitals.
A lot. I can see why a lot of families who go through health issues with their children lose a relationship. It's very, very hard. Not to say that we were, bad, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a difficult
It's a hard situation and stressful situation. And so to be able to go through those things and easily try and help me here, because you get what I'm trying to say.
It just makes it easier to receive bad news and deal with things easier. I don't know how to explain it.
It opens you up to communication in such a different way. It makes you so much more empathetic.
It makes you think before you just blurt out and like, fuck you. Like, no, just, okay, chill out for 2 seconds. Like,
Why
no, people when they drink, how many
much?
people have you ever heard of getting stoned and beating their wife or something? Like, I mean, fuck. Ever? Has that ever happened? Like, people get drunk and beat the fuck out of each other all the time. Like, I used to go down to Chippewa and pick fights. Like, it was a Thursday night. Let's go fucking pick a fight. It's just how it was. Like, I
Well,
don't
you
do that
just
when
get
we want to sit on the couch and
whiskey
fucking eat
dick?
food.
No, I mean muscles. What is it?
Beer
No.
muscles.
Beer muscles?
Oh,
Yeah.
my
That's what I call
bad.
beer muscles. Yeah.
Whiskey dick.
Whiskey
What do you
muscle.
guys
Go
do?
whiskey dick, beer muscles.
Beer dick.
Yeah,
Beer
beer
dick.
dick.
Whiskey-
Yeah,
what is
that'll work
it?
for you.
No, so back to what I was saying. It's like we want to do more than just talk about just the dispensaries. We want to talk about, these
I'm
people
trying
who
to
have
help
paved
vets,
the way.
specifically
He's
get off
trying to
pills
help
and all that.
vets. I just want to be honest with like my mental health, like with my eating disorders and things that women deal with on a fucking daily basis.
That they don't
I'm
talk
sorry.
about.
And
They're
we don't
afraid to
talk about it.
And that's why women and
Exactly.
men kill themselves, and suicide
Right.
rates are at an all-time fucking high right now.
Exactly. And so we're just trying to help people know that there's just like, I guess, more to life, really, and how cannabis helped that for us and how we're just figuring ourselves out and how we can help others. And especially with the Last Prisoner Project or in our own fucking community right here in Buffalo, let's be real, there's a lot going on in every community that we all just need smoke a little weed and smile a little more and not try to take everybody's happiness away. And I really think this would be a better place, but that's not going to happen exactly how we want it. And so I just feel as though I'm losing it. I could just
No,
fucking
I know,
go
Jay.
on
You're on a
and
roll.
on, dude.
And
It's just so fucking
yeah.
hard because it's like you become so passionate about something because of how much it's helped us.
I was just saying how much it means to
Yes,
you. Like,
yes.
I mean, I'll say two things just from listening to you guys thus far. Like, one, I think it's really awesome that you guys are trying to do this, like,
Thank
and
you.
put yourself
Thanks.
out there because it's not an easy thing to do,
Not at all.
right? Not at all. On top of that, I think it's cool how you guys both realize like how much better it has made things for you. Even when it's not necessarily a hard day, but then you're like, okay,
Right.
like let's enjoy ourselves tonight.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And
I
it's like,
literally wake up every day early.
This girl's up at like 4 o'clock in the morning,
I
dude. She's at
enjoy
the
it,
gym
yes.
and works done by
It's
like 5:30.
I'm
It's
excited
crazy.
for the next day. And it's like there have been days in my life, in my past, where I was not excited for the next day. And I didn't know what was going to happen the next day. And I was dreading the next day. So for me, for this to have happened and for this, it's not coincidental. I'm sorry, it's
Yeah.
not. And so I truly believe in it, and I truly feel that it is a revolution, really. We have gone through these different situations with our government, with our healthcare system, with the education of our children and our
All three are
safety.
fucking
Everything is
disasters right
fucking
now.
falling the fuck apart. Let's be real. And so I don't know. I find that there's something here and something more that is able to heal
Yeah.
and have people figure this out. Maybe I'm a huge fucking hippie and I'm really out there for thinking that, but that's where we're coming from.
There's
And
a lot of. We were in New York City actually a month ago, today, which is fucking
We'll be
weird.
there next week.
Yeah, we're going next week.
Or this weekend, yeah.
But we were in New York City, and the amount of people and the amount of money that is in New York City that's out west that's trying to come here, that they're like, hi, I need to give this to somebody. Like, the money's coming here, and I mean, that's going to build the infrastructure of the
Right.
city, which is going to bring a lot of money here, which is good. But there's so many people here that they know. There's bomb weed in Buffalo. I don't know how many people
There's
know that.
so
but
much good
there's
weed
some
in Buffalo.
very, very good weed in
Grown
Buffalo that
weed.
yeah, homegrown here that
Right.
people in New York City know and out west know. And they're trying to get these guys to come to the surface and say, listen, we need growers, but these guys are afraid to, and I don't fucking blame them.
Right.
yeah,
Yo, here I am. There's cuffs. What the fuck? Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's
Nobody
just
trusts
such a,
anybody.
It's just such a game at this point. They're just trying to figure out a way to get ahead
It's all
of it.
corporate weed. It's yeah.
It's a but
Big,
that's just like
we're anti-big weed.
no.
No.
I don't want to say that,
No, I didn't mean
Derek.
it. No, I didn't mean it that way.
Let's scratch that shit out because
that out.
Derek's an idiot. But that's not what
People
we're
in it
meaning.
for the wrong.
Yeah.
It's
idea.
just like
I know
that.
what you mean.
Exactly.
It's-
It's for
yeah.
anything.
We're in
It's
it to help
any
people, and if it
business.
turns into a business and we can live off it, fucking cool.
Yeah.
If not, then we figure it out. But there's
Yeah.
people
Right.
that just go right to the top and say, oh, I'm going to fucking ring
We're
this
not looking
thing.
to be
So-
stars.
Yeah.
We're looking to like. I'm going to help the world. My husband
Yeah.
and I are going to do that, and like that's what our plan is.
And we had this conversation a few months ago about how
Come back this way. Just some more, just for the camera.
about how like
Thank you.
one of the things, and I guess maybe you guys see this differently, but one of the things that I guess benefits that in a sense is if somebody is in it for the wrong reasons and tries to expand too quickly, they just can't sustain it because
That's
it's so
anything.
much work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's anything in life. We're realizing that.
Yeah.
I think, Like when we're seeing all these stars even, or things that are coming up, just as quickly as they head up, they're falling pretty hard too if they haven't been through some shit. And I'm not trying to say like you have to go through the worst of the worst, but you need to figure yourself out.
Yeah.
And I feel like, that's why we're just going to continue to just put good, positive energy into it and be positive to others and kind to others. And hopefully this will just keep growing and become something more so that it can help everyone.
The weed community is like that, though. There's so many people, again, in New York City that we met that, like, they said, there's a giant fucking table. This was a big expo. They said there's a giant table and there's a lot of food for everybody to eat. Like, no one's there saying, hey, I'm taking this half. Like, everybody can eat and everybody can be good.
Interesting.
Which is good.
Right.
It's like the internet of drugs.
There's actually, they're trying to make a, what the hell do they call it?
Like a meta world.
Metaverse.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not into
yeah.
that shit, but they're trying to like make a metaverse of weed where you like walk into dispensaries and stuff and you're able to smell stuff and buy it online. Like there's some pretty wild shit out there. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I don't really understand the whole
It's just
like
fucking
metaverse.
Sims.
I don't
Let's
either,
be
but
real.
it's
Right.
like
That's what
Sims.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
It's
really
us
understand.
playing Sims on our fucking computer with our braces.
Yeah,
We're
but then you get the suit on.
Oh yeah.
Like
what?
I think, like Ready Player One,
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah, it's
what they're
crazy.
trying to do. Like you play
What?
Sims, but then you are the Sim.
Yeah.
No.
This world's gonna be out of control.
All right. That's because people are trying to just not talk to everybody.
But like,
They're-
there's
well, they're
always
just
going to be
trying to-
people who buy into it, and there's
They're
always
trying
going
to
to be
not
people
be.
who don't.
They're trying to not be here. Is the problem? They're like, we want to be somewhere else. So
Yeah.
back to your point, instead
Yeah.
of hopping in the fucking metaverse, just smoke a joint.
You'll be
Because
in your
Yeah,
own
we'll
metaverse.
take you
worried
somewhere
about
real
it.
high.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
in your
then
own
start looking
metaverse.
around.
Relax. I know.
No.
Figuring
Yeah,
this
no, that's
shit
a
out.
good point though. Like alcohol, you drink and you're out. Like you can smoke and still be in the moment. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to receive shittier news when you smoke. That sounds bad, but like if you smoke a little, knowing like, all right, I'm going to a fucking funeral. You know how many people drink before a funeral, pop Xanax before a funeral? Fucking majority of people. No, I don't blame you. But to smoke a joint before and actually sit there and like take in what's happening, like this person's dead, like you actually like see the moment instead of just being like
Instead of
zoink the
avoiding
fuck
it.
out, waiting for them to
I don't
like,
know
oh,
how
are we
many
going?
fucking
Okay.
concert I saw at Darien Lake that I didn't really see.
Yeah, you don't remember shit.
Like, let's be real. Like, I don't remember some of those concerts because I was drunk. Now, if I was high, it's a totally different story. You start feeling the fucking music. Let's be real.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been to a concert in a while. I kind of
haven't either.
retired.
I couldn't tell you the last concert.
I
was
love
at.
me a good
Oh no,
Dave.
we were at the Snoop Dogg concert in
Yeah,
Colorado. We flew out to Colorado on 420 for the Snoop Dogg concert.
that was epic.
That was pretty dope.
That's
and then it started
incredible.
fucking snowing. What? Yeah, in April started snowing. She
That was
in shorts
BK
and
before
jean jacket.
kids.
Yeah, before kids.
BK.
Yeah, BK. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Before kids. But yeah, that was a good time.
I like
BC
that.
still? We could do
Yeah.
Before Children.
Who else we see? Action Bronson. Who else?
Yeah.
That was a good time.
It's wild. The cannabis world, it just seems like a lot of people are starting to show that they've been smoking for a long time.
Yeah.
Which
the
is
other thing,
nice
too.
because it's like
So many
proving
people.
that,
And like a lot of people are just like, oh yeah. Now they just will like smoke
Casual
weed.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull a pen out. I'm like,
Yeah.
But then we forget, like,
Didn't
let's
know.
be real. Snoop Dogg was one of the first.
Yeah.
Redman were one of the first. They were all doing that shit back in the day. We learned, like, all of this. It's like they were doing that shit back in the day when it was seen as a negative situation for them, not allowing them to get the money they could or whatever. But that's because they believed in it that much back then, like we do now.
Yeah.
It's very... There's a whole world in history that is just so beyond just what's happening now. And it's very, it's just something that we just have to remember, I guess.
I do remember being little and like anything, like whether it was like a video on like MTV or like a roast on Comedy Central, and Snoop Dogg would just be like up on stage, just like smoking a blunt. And like, no, you can't. You're not allowed to do that. And Snoop Dogg would just be like, yeah, I'm.
You hear
I
he
am.
smoked in the
Okay,
White
but I
House
am.
bathroom? You ever seen
I
that?
did.
That
I
was
did.
fucking great.
I have seen that.
He's like, yeah, I smoked in the White House bathroom. You know, like, duh. Like, he was actually like insulted. Someone thought
Yeah,
he
like,
wouldn't
what-
do that.
yeah.
I was more impressed when he was like, when someone asked him, did you roll with the
I
Bible?
was just about to say that.
With the papers from the Bible? And he's like, well, actually. And everyone's like, wait, really? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he ripped up
He
a
had a whole
Bible and
story
used
on
them as rolling papers.
He's like, it was the first page, no verses. We're good.
yeah. Table of contents.
At a hotel.
Table
Like,
of
they needed
contents.
papers. They had no papers. They ripped it up. They're like, we had 5 little J's. It was perfect.
It's hilarious.
If you can't tell, we just really want to be friends with Snoop Dogg. That's what's happening.
I think a lot of
Smoke
people
a blunt
do.
with them. It'd be fucking
Yeah.
great.
I know. I
Oh,
just,
Man.
But have you ever heard the stories about people that like smoke blunts with Snoop Dogg? They're like, oh, you have to go home and like watch it on YouTube. Like people that smoke, like
Really?
like public celebrities that are like stoners,
Yeah.
will be like, dude,
Fucking
I sat down and
crushed.
smoked. Sat down and smoked a ball with Snoop Dogg. Like I don't even like. I just fell asleep. Like
Don't remember being there.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't remember being there.
Fuck.
Like
That would
I
suck.
said,
kind of
like, the
want to
shit
see.
that-
I do smoke a lot.
yeah. No, I mean, like
Heck no, I'll smoke Uncle Snoop though. I don't know.
I don't know. I definitely can't outsmoke Uncle Snoop.
Oh. I don't know if anybody.
I would
could.
love to try. Just
I would
fuck
definitely
have a good
love
time.
But
to
again,
try.
like that's the thing. You could try, and again, worst case scenario, you just take a good nap at Snoop Dogg's house.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be the best nap ever.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, he's probably used to that too.
Right? But
I'm sure
like,
he's a
if
good
you
napper.
could smoke with someone, who would it be? I'm asking you guys the questions now.
See, this is like
The student is now the
a
teacher.
more interesting version of the like who would you have lunch with question.
You're
I don't
welcome.
like that question because everybody always says like Abraham Lincoln
Ew, no.
for some
Absolutely
reason. Whenever
not.
if you ask them
My
like
favorite
who
president.
Well, like when
people
you
have always
really
said
think
Abraham
down
Lincoln.
to it,
And that's
I
a
even
terrible
mean like
answer.
movies. All right, what character would you guys smoke with? I would smoke with Forrest Gump all day.
Really?
That's the
Yeah.
funniest answer.
I would-
that I've
Forrest
ever heard.
Gump is my
Seth
favorite
Rogen in one of his
movie.
movies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just any. It doesn't even matter. What
But it
movie.
always gets him into trouble.
Yeah.
Have you-
You see his new things where he rolls joints with fingernails?
yeah.
Oh, dude, it's
I'm
fucking
dead. He gets
hilarious.
Yeah, he
nails
has these
done.
Gets them like
crazy
this.
long claws.
Oh, you
now.
gotta watch it.
Yeah.
That's
he makes
funny.
he makes
All
like
the
pottery now.
Well,
Oh,
because
yeah,
he
yeah,
sells
yeah.
it. He
Yeah.
sells his like floating
gotta
ash.
get
one
of
and
those.
stuff.
We should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you like
They're
has these
probably,
weird
like,
fingernails
ridiculous.
on
Yo,
and
Forrest
shit.
Gump,
It's
where you
hilarious.
at?
Funny.
Who would you
Oh,
smoke with?
character.
I have to know. A good character, it's got to be from like your favorite movie. So that's how you depict who that person is.
You know what would be a kind of a weird one to do? I think it could be cool. Is like John Wick.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Just smoking
like,
dudes and smoking weed. Yeah.
Just have him like
Let loose for a second.
exactly like a little more relaxed and like
Get him
just
on
giving
a
you
chill.
all the. I
Kind
mean,
of like
I bet
in
you that
Scary
guy.
Movie when this mask just kind of settles, the scary mask,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
finally smokes. It's just like a melting moment.
Yeah, I think he'd have obviously phenomenal stories, but I also think he'd be, or even just Keanu Reeves. Well, you said characters,
Yeah.
but like Keanu, yeah.
Oh, are you looking him up now? Like,
No,
who
I'm
would
trying
it
to
be?
think of a movie that.
I don't even know besides.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do.
Oh
either.
my gosh, you guys are so funny.
I'm not a movie guy.
I am, but I've never really thought about it.
I guess I have really hard. Forrest Gump.
Why? Yeah, why Forrest
She's
Gump, though?
obsessed with Forrest Gump.
I
Just
have
'cause you
an
like him
what
so
it
much?
is.
obsession with Forrest.
You,
The movie.
What would he be like high though?
Andrew, I know what your answer would be.
For
I
what?
feel like he'd be
It would
highly
be
intellectual.
It would be Robin Williams from Hook.
Oh my
That's what it was.
god.
Like, wait. You know what would be funny though is if you smoked with him like while he was still in
Still in
London,
Hook.
and then while he's like high, that character like he realizes that he was Peter Pan, like as he's smoking. That would be really, really funny.
Spin
And then he
off coming
starts-
next.
You know that shit where like there's not really food in front of him, but
Yes!
then you believe that there's food and they like start eating it. That would actually be really cool.
That's
He gets
hilarious.
munchies. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh shit.
It's like, oh, now there's everything. What a good power to have.
That's like like when we always dig in, like potheads when we dig in the fridge and then we come back
4
thinking
times
there's
in 10
something
minutes.
else in
Like,
there.
it's still
like
the same
something
shit.
new and it's the same shit every
Every
fucking time. But then again, I think I have a great house filled with snacks.
We do have
He's
a
the
great
one that
munchie
just
house.
never finds.
It's a good
it.
idea. I
It's
mean,
in
obviously
fucking
you guys
baked,
are
and I'm just
prepared.
like,
yeah.
I forget what's over there, and I gotta go back.
Yeah, I'm trying to snack less when I get high
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it's just like
Oh, good. Get out of
just a
control real
lot of
fast.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's
Next thing you know, you eat like
one
a,
thing,
It goes
but then
sweet,
it's like,
family-sized
then salty,
carton of-
then
Oh, yeah.
drink,
You look
then
down, you're
salty,
like,
then sweet, then you're like,
shit.
oh,
Reese's-
I need something just to
yeah.
go to bed.
I've
A
crushed a
gummy to go
carton
to
of ice
bed.
cream.
I swear,
Yeah.
like
The
actual
Reese's,
gummy.
yeah.
the Reese's Chips Ahoy, the chewable ones.
Was it good?
I
What?
can see you in those.
Ice
I love
cream's
those. Those are
my,
my favorite cookie. Like I love those.
Oh, ice cream is a good.
I crushed
one.
a carton one time. I would look down at the same thing. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I might as well
Derek's
finish
a-
it now. Like,
Big fan of eating a whole apple pie.
yeah, I could do
Whenever
that
he
too.
gets
I
high
ate 2 full apple pies on
around
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Bro, my stomach hurt for like a week. The amount
Yeah.
of fiber I put down, I never did it again. I ate 2 full apple pies.
Yeah, I'm not
swear
an
to
apple.
God.
I'm not, I'm not an
pie.
apple
Loves a
pie.
good
I-
apple
That's
pie.
I'm not an
unbelievable.
apple
Love
pie
apple
guy.
pie.
Yo, but he
Love
doesn't
apple
even
pie.
fuck with the crumble. He does like
I'll
the
eat it,
heavy,
but I'm straight like old school
fucking
apple pie.
crust up
Yeah.
on top.
Okay.
Like he's
Yeah.
a savage.
See, I think if I had to
Pies.
do it, I would go crumble. But I
Crumble's
like,
good.
Right?
almost would
Oh,
never eat
crumble.
I
apple
love
pie.
the crumble.
I'm all about a crumble. Fuck
Yeah.
that top crust. That's
I like
weird.
the OG
Damn,
pie.
You
man.
love
love
that.
But I
I
think
love
the
that
crumble,
take, though.
because the
Fuck that
crumble
top
has
crust.
that extra like
What a
sugary
line.
sweetness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a little
Yeah.
crunch to it.
Oh, and then when
fun.
you get a
It's
full
relaxed.
dog,
Starving right
you
now,
know
too. It
exactly
sounds
what I'm
so
fucking
good.
talking about. The
Yeah.
nug.
I'm gonna stop. Oh, the little. Oh,
Yeah, the nug.
The cinnamon ball.
Little
It's like
powder
the
explodes
fucking
in your
nucleus of your
Yeah.
nachos.
Yeah,
Like,
it really
you
is.
want that bad.
Yeah, nachos
Oh,
sound good too.
I'm fucking hungry.
Yeah,
I know. Like, do
we're
you?
not even. Well, I don't know. Can't speak for Andrew, I guess, but I haven't smoked weed and I'm starving.
Yeah, I've always had the munch. I just smoked a joint before I came here. The roach was on the floor.
Well, that's
So
it.
stinks
Yeah,
in
but
here,
that's
so-
the nice part. Like, there's
What are you
some
gonna do?
weed that you don't even get the munchies with.
Sure.
Yeah, and there's some weed you
Sativa.
get the munchies real bad.
Hard.
Like hard.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
find
just
when I
needs
do
to switch it
dabs,
up.
that's hard for me. I
So
always
here's a
get
question
them.
for you guys. So
Man, I was eating peanut butter and jellies on top of
That's my
peanut butter
go-to.
and jellies.
That's my go-to. I
When
usually
I
make
was
2 at a
ripping
time.
dabs on
When
it.
I
Now, what's
hit
your
dabs,
ratio of
it's
peanut
over.
butter to jelly, though?
I go more peanut butter.
Thank
See, I'm
you,
more of a
my
jelly guy.
boy.
See,
I'm like a
Nobody
70-30
fucks-
I
jelly
like
to peanut
wrong.
butter.
But
I
Nobody
like a
fucks with jelly
straight.
that
I think
hard.
that's old. I think that's
I
old
think
world.
I like
thinking.
a straight
No, it's all good,
50-50, but it's got to be heavy on both sides. Like I'm talking like
Like a thick,
like a
yeah.
pound,
fat
a-
sandwich.
one sandwich
You lift
is
it,
a
it just
pound.
droops.
Oh, yeah.
fuck
Yeah.
this.
Oh
Fuck
yeah.
this.
Like
Fuck
you
that
have to
droop.
hold it from the middle, or else like on
Yeah.
right plain white bread, it's
Yeah, I
coming
hear you.
through.
It's
yeah.
lit-
No, but
That-
do you
that-
cut
yeah.
a sandwich or do you have to eat it whole?
It depends on my. All right. If I don't feel like making a lot of food, so I'm just gonna make one sandwich. I'll
Yeah.
cut it because then it's like I'm
Makes you
eating
feel
a
like
bunch
more.
of little
Sandwiches.
sandwiches. Yeah.
I got 2 sandwiches. This is
Whereas like if I'm gonna make like 2 or 3 sandwiches, I'll just eat 2 or 3 sandwiches.
I just love the fact of being the only girl, or well, like not, but like
Oh, I feel like
understanding
you're behind me.
No,
this
I'm
way.
how
raised-
boys
yeah.
truly like think about the same shit we do, but we
Yeah.
just don't say it all.
I was
out.
making I was literally making turkey sandwiches the other day, and I was like, if I cut these,
Now, next time he makes a sandwich, he's gonna think of this. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like if
We
I
all will.
If
Everybody
I,
listening to
yeah,
this
if
will
I
think of
cut
this
these,
now.
like it will make it seem like I have so much more sandwich.
Mentally, it's like
Yeah.
I did more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ate more.
And then and also then you don't feel as bad about eating it because you're like, oh no, I'm just eating like half sandwiches,
Yeah.
and then you've eaten 7 half
Dude,
sandwiches.
cereal's dangerous though.
I
You
love
Yo,
could-
cereal.
cereal's disgusting.
big on
It needs to be
cereal.
out the fucking
No, I
house.
love cereal.
Yeah.
Yo,
What's your
a
favorite
bowl
cereal?
of cereal is not supposed like a bowl of
What's the
cereal.
favorite
it's
cereals?
like-
Go around.
All right. Oh, we had this conversation the other
We
day.
did?
I'll give you top 3.
All right.
1, Reese's Puffs. It's
Really?
number 1. It's not. That's
You're
not up
laughing
for
at us.
discussion.
Yeah,
No, I'm not laughing.
No,
I
that's
just-
not up for
Well,
No,
the
that
thing
shit
is,
when they get you on the top.
Oh,
Two
that fucking hurts. It's Captain Crunch.
two-
Shit.
is
Captain Crunch.
is Captain Crunch original, not with berries.
Yeah, like the rock.
I like both
cut
of
the
them.
roof of your mouth
I
stuff.
like both of them, but like there's okay. I don't
But
know
what
what
is Captain
it's
Crunch?
butterscotch, right?
we've
Is it
We've had this
we've had
conversation.
debates in the studio about
never
whether
really
it's
thought
straight
about
up.
I
this.
feel like
Butter-
it's
Oh,
corn
yeah.
syrup,
Thought about it
guys.
a lot.
I think it's
Well,
corn
that's-
syrup.
But
Obvious,
because it almost because they have
But that's
Captain
what it
Crunch
tastes
peanut
like.
butter, but it almost has like a sweet peanut buttery
I'll
taste.
fuck with that. That stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
peanut
the
butter
OG
puffs
stuff
are
just
all
like cuts
over
the
it.
roof of your mouth.
See,
The
so
OG is
That's
where it's
part
at,
of the
though.
And then
experience.
three-
It toughens you up though. Captain Crunch with
It allows the
crunch berries,
flavors to get in your
it's
mouth
a tough
faster.
cereal.
Yo, you guys
Three
remember
is-
the granola bars with the milk in the middle?
Yeah.
When they used to have
the
those?
cereal bars, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like cereal bars a
Yeah,
lot.
those
I'm big
I-
on cereal
Those
bars.
always
Still
looked
around,
better than they
guys.
tasted, but
Yeah,
I did
I'm
like
big
those.
on cereal.
It's
No,
like how'd they get the
See,
milk in between?
they got worse. Like when they first came out,
between.
yeah, the milk, the frosting,
Yeah, and
was
then
like
I found out it
yeah.
was fucking frosty. I was like, what?
it was like very, very like there was a heavy layer of frosting. Now you get them and there's like
They get a
this
little
little
skimpy
skimpy
layer.
layer of
Bro, what
frosting.
about Dunkaroos? I just remembered. about
Dunkaroos,
those.
Oh, yeah.
gas. They just came back. They're back.
What the fuck?
They're back.
They
I'm
came
gonna
back a
just
couple
throw
months
this
ago.
out
Where do you
there.
buy them?
Tops.
Here you
It's
go.
on the
Yeah, they
top.
got 'em
I
at
don't even
Tops.
go to Tops
Rice
ever.
Krispie treat.
Hey,
They got
Siri.
Rice Krispie treats.
Tops.
Rice Krispie treats cereal.
Oh, it actually heard me.
Yes.
Listen.
Never had.
Have you what?
No,
oh
Rice
my God.
Krispies.
Rice Krispie treat
cereal?
Oh, like it's got the
I was never a fan
marshmallow
of
like
that.
esque
What do
cereal.
you mean?
It was just like eating dry rice.
I
like,
agree.
Just I'm
I
a
agree.
fruity cereal. I'm like Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity
Pebbles are
Pebbles
good.
Tricks.
is elite.
Like yeah,
My
Fruity
mom-
Pebbles.
One
You
of the
can eat
best
so
cereals.
much of it. It's just like a glob of.
That's what I.
My
It's
mom
so-
got us
it's a
Raisin Bran,
light
and that
cereal.
was about
Fuck
as
yeah.
like crazy
See,
as
I
we
like
got at
Raisin
our
Bran,
house.
though.
See, we went through like a weird.
My parents went healthy on us our whole life.
Our dad was like
We were choosing
weird
with
in the sense
kindergarten.
where he would eat like very specific things, but there was certain things that he liked, and there was nothing in the world that was gonna like take this away from him. And it was like he would eat Wheaties Monday through Friday every single day for
Stop,
breakfast.
really?
But like on a Saturday, he wanted like the fattest bowl of like Cocoa Pebbles or something like that.
Yeah.
That's so
Like and that was so we always would
Did
have
he
that
come
stuff
down
in the house.
robe?
No. He had a polo
The
on
robe that
usually.
was not
Yeah.
not there, but like there, and if
Yeah.
you just
He woke up in jeans and a polo every single day.
really, aww,
Yeah, that's great.
I love that. So your dad's that LL Bean guy, the one that's like,
No, not
he's
LL
got a-
Bean.
yeah,
It's different.
yeah.
It's a lot more regimented than LL Bean because LL Bean's got kind of like a casual
A relax.
sporting look.
There's too much.
I feel-
Yeah.
yeah.
You're too relaxed in LL Bean.
But Jerry is like,
Jerry.
That's a good dad name, Jerry.
oh yeah,
That's a good
top
dad
notch.
name.
Yeah, I agree. It's fantastic.
I just want to. I'm sorry to harp on this, but I just want to shit on Reese's Puff cereal real quick.
See, I told you this pissed him off. I saw his face 2 minutes ago. He's
fuck
like,
you. I don't
that.
care.
Hey, I'm not saying this
We're
is offensive.
circling back to that.
The problem
bring
is
this up.
just because the problem is every person around our age grew up. They saw the Reese's Puffs commercials,
I'm thinking of
Reese's
it right
Puffs,
in my head,
Reese's
yeah.
Puffs
Yeah.
peanut butter chocolate
Yeah.
flavor, and they were like, "This
Chocolate
is going to be
explode.
so good."
Yeah.
And I always
It
thought it
is.
was terrible.
I
It's
have two-
weird. It's
Yeah.
gross.
Let me tell you-
Well,
let me
I'm
tell
trying
you
to
this.
figure out
The
what
milk
that
was always,
layer
like-
was.
Like,
It got really
Yeah.
oily, filmy.
silky. I don't know how to.
That's
Yeah.
a great.
Yeah.
Oily film on the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
See, but
It's not right.
and then it just stuck in
an
your
But
mouth.
abomination.
Fruity Pebbles
So
milk, on the other hand,
Fruity
never
Pebbles
fucking
all the
fails.
way.
here's my
Ever.
problem: is I will pour such a large bowl of cereal when it comes to any of the Pebbles.
No, are you cereal first or milk first?
Cereal.
Cereal
Cereal.
first, yeah.
Okay,
cereal
just making
first.
sure
Sorry,
all
sorry.
that
I got
serial
confused.
killers
We're not
there.
Canadian.
Yeah, I'm just making.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Is that what they do up there?
Well, they
they
sell
have
their
to go
milk in
back.
bags too, which I've always found odd. You guys, you
What was
know,
it? What'd you
like
say?
The
you
bags
don't-
of milk?
You know that,
What?
right?
What?
You don't go to a store in Canada and buy like
Yeah.
a gallon of
You
milk.
gotta
I know
get
you can't buy
bags.
beer. Like
Bag.
you have to go to a beer store to get alcohol.
Yeah, no, you go and you buy.
There's
well,
a milk store too.
No, it's
No,
bags.
you go to a
No, but
grocery
it's a
store and
bag
you
of
buy.
milk.
So every
a
Canadian in their
wine
fridge
bag.
has like a milk pitcher, pretty much, and you snip the corner of the bag and you put it in the pitcher, and then that's how you
Yeah.
drink.
I
your
never
milk.
knew that.
Yeah,
fine.
so
That's
a
weird.
couple
I
of
never
the
knew
countries I've lived in. That's
Why don't they just
that's
drive like
fine.
20 minutes down here and get some milk?
Because it's unnecessary. You
No, it's
idiot.
way better. I'm sure than powdered bag.
You know
milk.
what? No, I had a
powdered. No,
it's
I had
not
a
powdered.
roommate.
Oh, it's not powder. Oh, it's
No.
just milk in a
I had-
bag.
No, it's,
Yeah,
oh.
it's just
milk's
milk in a
bag
bag.
instead of
Yeah,
plastic
That's
cartons
still
ruining
not.
the
Like, I think
environment.
that's even
But it's
worse.
still a plastic bag. It's not like it's a
Yeah,
biodegradable
it's not.
bag.
Yeah, that's true. They're not
And
taking
it comes in
paper
a
Touche,
bag.
touche,
Yeah.
touche.
Is that like the Diet Pepsi in a can versus in a bottle? Like what tastes better? I like my milk in a
I
bag.
will say
like,
though,
is
I
that
had,
like
I had
the thing?
some Canadian roommates, and like we used to always.
I was gonna say, how did
talk
you know
about
this?
it.
Yeah.
We used to always talk about it. So his mom one time was like dropping stuff off,
Dropped off some bags of milk.
and she brought us bags
That's
of
a
milk because we were
fucking-
like, we would always talk about
That's
it.
hilarious.
And it, I mean, this is
Did you
gonna sound
drink
dumb. Yeah, it tastes like regular. It's literally regular milk.
It's
Yeah,
milk in a
It's
bag,
milk.
guys. Like,
you just put it in a bag
hilarious.
instead. But it's just funny to,
I didn't know that.
because like I don't think you could get bagged milk if you tried right
No,
now.
you got to bag it yourself.
Yeah, you
That's
have
one
to-
problem about living in the States.
Yeah,
you got to
gotta
bag your own milk.
We're onto something here.
Yeah. Before we go any farther, what do you say we do the Who Win of the Week?
Okay, let's rip the Who Would Win of the Week, and then get back
Off
to
like a
business.
Band-Aid.
okay, okay.
What was it again?
I'm gonna let you figure this out.
I
I have a question.
Oh,
off
I
the
remember
top.
what it was.
Yeah.
I remember what it was. The Who Would Win of the Week this week is a Dairy Queen Blizzard versus a Wendy's Frosty.
I'm go.
Question off the top. I have a question off the top
Go
before we
ahead.
go any further.
Do you dip your fries?
You have to
Yeah,
dip fries.
yeah,
Wendy's also has really good fries.
The fries are fucking
Okay, before
great
we go any
right
farther,
now.
I'm
They're the
going
fry
to so
order,
many places
they're the
when we
best in the
fucking
game.
live
Fry-
here.
fry-
So hungry.
Fry order. I'll give you a fry order. 1 to 3. Burger King, Wendy's, McDonald's.
Wendy's is first.
Burger King's.
Burger
Yeah, I
King,
go
Wendy's,
Burger King.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
Burger
my
King's
man.
fries are gas.
You
Yeah.
guys
They
are
are
all
All right,
gas.
back to
Yeah.
Who
You
Win
guys
of
are
the
all
Week.
wrong. It's weird that 3
Yo,
out of 4
but like,
are wrong.
what is the, like? Their fries are different.
They did something. They're almost like.
I think they're
They
They got
almost
this
have like
crispy.
a beer battery
yes,
style fry.
Yes,
now.
you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
And I love a beer battered fry.
I
Back to the Who
fuck
Win of the
with
Week.
that shit.
Here's my main question. What kind of blizzard is this?
Yeah, it's got to be. Yeah.
This has to be.
Because you're comparing a chocolate frosty, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you can't compare those two. I feel like it's like a
Well, you-
mix-in. Or...
No, you can.
pros and cons, but what
That's
kind
like
of,
saying a flurry in a blizzard. That would make more
But the
sense.
machines are always
Yeah,
broke.
you
But
can
the
never
machines
get a
are always
McFlurry.
broken.
You can never
Oh
get a
my
McFlurry.
god, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
There's no baseline. Nobody
There
knows
is
what a
none.
McFlurry
Nobody's ever
tastes
had
like.
a
No
Anybody
one's had
one?
a flurry.
If you've had a
That's
McFlurry
I
in the last
definitely
year,
have,
please call
but-
in.
When I was pregnant.
What kind
Can you
of?
put M&Ms in a Blizzard?
Yo,
Yo, you
We
guys
had
are
I
Blizzard the other
did-
day. Actually, wait. I ordered Blizzards.
Yeah. So my favorite
Sunday.
blizzard is an M&M and sprinkles.
No, we got M&Ms.
Actually, I
Had a
have a
Heath
bone to pick with Dairy Queen if
Oh, boy.
we can air that too.
Sure.
But let's finish this first. No, I'll
Okay.
go right into it right now. Last summer they came out with this thing called the Brownie Batter Blizzard.
Yep.
heard of
And
this.
it was the best thing I've ever tasted. As somebody who likes brownie batter, it legitimately, they took actual brownie batter, like just the mix, and mixed it in with chocolate ice cream and then threw brownie chunks in there. It tasted like brownie batter with chunks of brownies and
I feel like
ice
that's
cream.
one bite and you
It
puke.
was I mean
It's
it was
just like too much.
I would go there and I'd get a large and I'd eat the
Eating
whole
glue.
thing and I'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah, laying on the ground fetal position. But it was so good.
Diabetes.
So, you know, winter comes and goes, and I come back out of my shell, and I head to Dairy Queen in May, and I'm like, let's go. Brownie Batter Blizzard, first time of the year. Can't wait. Discontinued. One summer and done. One and done.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. And they're like, well, we have
They're out of touch.
Probably because he's the only one that fucking.
No, this thing is
Fucking
so good.
idiots
I'm
back
telling you,
again.
everybody that's I've ever gotten to eat it would tell you the same thing. So they came out with a new brownie blizzard, and it's almost the same exact thing, but without the brownie batter. So I'm like, you just made the same blizzard, but worse. Why would you ever
It's
do
just
that?
a batter blizzard.
Yeah.
Obesity.
Gross.
No, it's no. There's no batter. There's no brownie batter.
That's
It's just
probably why
chocolate
they
ice
took it
cream.
off. They're like, hey, you're in the 3000s on the mini, and you chill a little.
Oh, shit.
Well, they started selling like hot dogs and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know,
I mean, did you
I don't
guys
know
see
about
some of
that.
these?
Their chicken
blizzards with,
fingers
like,
are
a
not bad.
core?
Really?
I've never eaten.
I haven't
like,
had them in
real
years,
food.
but last time I had them, they were really good.
Is
think I've ever
is
had
that
food from
I've
Dairy
never
Queen.
eaten
Neither have
food.
I.
I've never been to a Sonic either for food.
Sonic.
a chilling grill, a Dairy Queen chilling grill.
Yeah, chilling grill.
grill. The one on Transit keeps going up and down every other month. It's like,
I
out of
know,
business
it's
and
like,
business,
are you
out of
guys
business.
in?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Sonic.
No,
Oh.
Dairy Queen.
I was gonna say I've never been to Sonic. They just opened one right not too far from where I live on
Sonic.
Elmwood.
I
I
have
just
talked
really
to
want a
people who work there.
slushie.
They said it's terrible. The drinks. That's why you go to
Yeah,
Sonic.
the drinks
I
like
think.
they're
I
But,
just
like,
really
everything
want one
else
of those,
looks really
like,
gross.
Yeah.
Just gross, slimy, syrupy drinks with all the ice.
But those two guys that sit
Yeah,
in the
they're
car,
funny.
I mean, they make me want to go to
I haven't
Sonic.
seen them in a while.
I
Are they
haven't
still
seen them
doing
in a
it?
while.
No,
Are
it's,
they done?
they have
No,
two
they
girls
switched
that do it now.
Oh.
They got a couple
they
ladies.
rotate.
They
They
rotate
rotate
them.
who's in the car. Yeah, they got a whole bunch of different.
No
There's a whole
They got a
Sonic
crew.
cinematic universe.
They
that
got a
got
crew.
going on.
That's hilarious.
All right, so what kind of blizzard?
Let's go like chocolate and
Oreo, typical.
I think that's pretty good.
Okay.
Chocolate
That's
and
a
Oreo. I
probably
think that's
chocolate
probably
Oreo.
one of
That's like
the
a
most-
regular.
Or you
Yeah.
can substitute any kind of basic. No, we'll stick with Oreo because actually that could get out
we'll
of
go
control.
we'll go from Oreo.
Weirdest blizzard you could ever eat? Heath Bar Blizzard.
I just had one
What?
yesterday, Sunday. Fucking loved it.
That
you don't like
sucks.
Heath Bar? Fucking.
I love Heath Bars,
Oh,
but
so good.
I just feel like they
It gets
don't.
too hard.
I literally
Yeah.
had-
The
yeah, you
toffee
gotta eat it
gets
quick.
too hard.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
like gummy worms, I don't put gummy worms in ice
Ooh,
cream.
No,
fuck
no,
yeah.
no, no, no.
Weird.
Whoever
I
fucking
love
does
them.
it, it's just
Me.
Actually,
mean.
I
It
I
hurts.
love them, and then they get hard,
Yeah.
and then they get
You're, like,
slimy,
chewing
and then
on
they're
it.
chewing on them, and
Yeah.
it's too much
You end up
because you got
spitting it out.
TMJ already because you're old
I
as
had-
fuck. I
I-
love that shit.
a really good friend of mine. I was with him not too long ago, and he was high when I picked him up, and
Good man.
I'm like, dude, it's funny that you are sitting here talking about food right now because I want ice cream so bad. And he's like, dude, I would love to eat some ice cream. So we go to the ice cream place.
The
and
fact that there's two grown ass men
Yeah.
just standing there waiting for an ice cream.
yeah,
cone.
oh yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It was like 5 o'clock. It wasn't like, yeah, it was. So,
That's what having adult man buddies is for. though.
yeah.
Still get ice cream. Okay.
Yeah.
So we do. We go
All right.
to get ice cream. And, me, like, I'm standing there, like, normal. And I'm like, what are you getting? And he's just like, dude, I'm not telling you. Like, you know what I mean? He's like,
High as fuck.
I'm like, dude, yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, shut up. Like, I'm not doing this right now. Like, inside I'm laughing, but I'm also like, I'm sitting here, like, I don't smoke.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny to watch this, but just tell me what you're getting, dude. Like, come on. Like, that's all I want to know. And he's like, you gotta wait. So I'm like, okay, order. He's like, no, you gotta order first. This is a scene. It's just us and the ice cream attendant. Like, this is what's happening in front of this person. And so I go order, and he literally like turns around and like looks at me and like ducks his head in the window and orders his ice cream. So I have no clue what he ordered. It comes out. It was fucking worms and dirt. That's what this
that's
motherfucker got.
great. That's a
He's
solid
like,
one.
He's
I
like,
got
dude,
that one.
worms and dirt. I'm like, that is the most embarrassing thing I've ever
That's a
seen in my life.
fucking
You were
stoner
that impressed about worms and dirt. I'm like, you could have
No,
got
he was that high that
anything.
worms
Yeah.
and dirt was
Yo,
that good.
Worms and dirt are so good.
It's
though.
an underrated
Tasted.
one.
Yeah.
There is. How fun are secrets when you're baked out of your mouth? Though? Secrets are
Yeah.
so fun.
Like looking
when
at
you're
what?
really
Nothing.
high. Oh,
What's
it's the
wrong?
best.
Nothing. Can't tell you.
We when I was going to school in Fredonia,
Yeah, I went
and we
there.
would just get
I
out of.
went
Oh,
to school
did you
for
really?
too. Yeah.
We would just get out of our minds. We lived in a guy's pool house on some street that it was Carroll, so it was like far from downtown, but we'd still hike it. Anyways, we'd get absolutely ripped, and my buddy, my roommate, his dad was in charge of the kitchens at the community college where they are from. So he got us like a waffle maker, like an industrial waffle maker, and like all this, like just boxes of Pringles and things like that. But so one day we were like super high, and he starts doing like his own little cooking show because we had like this really nice like bar top thing, and he's back there and he's like, "This is how you make a grilled cheese," and he starts he puts the cheese down, and then he starts buttering the cheese. And we're like,
That's interesting.
buddy, I was like whispering to him. I'm like, because
As if
I
he's
didn't
on
want,
a real
yeah,
show.
I didn't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
disturb the studio audience, I guess. But I'm like, buddy, you're doing it on the wrong side. You're buttering the wrong side of the bread. He goes, no. Puts it together, slams it. He did put it. It was disgusting, and he's like, I was embarrassed. I didn't want to tell anybody.
That's hilarious.
But the other thing we would do is we'd always yell out, because especially when we were ripping the dab pens like we were, you go through, like, you're down a little bit, and then you got energy, like peaks and valleys. So we would just scream at each other, like, peaks! And then sometimes you'd look over at your buddy, and he'd go, valley. Peaks and valleys, baby. That's all it is.
Peaks and
That's all
valleys.
it is.
Back to the who would win, so we can determine a winner. The who would win, again, being an Oreo Dairy Queen Blizzard versus a Wendy's Chocolate Frosty. The Blizzard is thick, but I feel like the Wendy's Frosty,
It's too much of a milkshake consistency for
but
me.
I think that might be a
It's thin.
benefit to it, though. Kind of like a Wendy's Frosty,
It's like the
it knows
beverage.
what it is, and you know what it is.
Yeah.
So when it starts to melt a little bit,
can
that's
almost drink it.
fine.
Yeah.
You can
You
almost
know
like,
what it's
drink it.
happening.
Exactly. It's a very
I'm gonna go with Wendy's Frosty.
what's that
I think
word?
It's versatile.
It's versatile. Thank you.
And it's quick. It's lighter on its toes. I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
absolutely.
And you're ordering it every single fucking time you
I'm
go.
going Frosty, but I don't. That's
The
a good
mini
point,
guy?
too. But I
How many of those little tickets did we get as kids? You
Yeah,
just
on
always go
Halloween.
get one.
Yeah.
Fuck
On
yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, like you always just get them. It's just a thing. You just always get a fucking Frosty. So it's like you
Yeah, I
don't.
like
You go to
Frosties.
Dairy Queen for like if you're going out for ice cream.
I'm
Yes.
from the era I used to go to Pizza Hut with the little card if you read a book.
Yes.
Everybody remember that? You used to get your little sticker. How much
Watch
memories
this.
does this bring
Let's
back
lock
right now?
in the
Right?
who would win, and let's talk about Pizza Hut.
Oh fuck! We'll be here for
Oh,
a
here
while.
Oh,
we go.
yeah,
Here
I'm
we
in.
go. Hey,
Okay,
hey.
so I'm going Wendy as well because the Blizzard, it's got like a few minutes when it's really tough, and then it's
And then you have that big
It's
breath.
over.
You're like, all right, am I
You
gonna
ever
finish
throw
this?
one of those
Yeah.
bitches in
I'm
the
going-
fucking fridge after?
Yeah,
It's
Frosties.
over.
You're scraping the bottom like
That is
fucking drink.
I'm
drink.
going with
so
the,
good.
I'm going with the Blizzard.
Yeah, I'm going Frosty.
Here's why. If it came down to it, which one can you flip upside down and doesn't fall out?
Why the fuck are you flipping
I
ice
don't
cream
even flip
down?
my ice
I
cream.
never
It's
even
like this
understood
thing,
that.
though. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
because
don't
it's
know.
thick, I don't
That's
care.
that's a cheap trick.
Well, guess what? It works.
Yeah, you're gaslighting us now.
Yeah?
That's not what
Well,
it is. No.
I'm going.
Ghost lighting or gaslighting?
Gaslighting, whatever.
It's the same
I've
thing,
heard it both
probably.
ways.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever.
I'm going with the Blizzard seriously because I think it's a little hardy.
Questioning us
It's a tough
first.
guy, but it's
Yeah. Yeah.
musclehead, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on behind it.
Listen, he's built to last.
So that's
Frosty,
built to last. I'm saying the opposite of that is true.
Frosty, nothing. I do love Frosties though, but I like Blizzard better.
3 for Frosty.
I just
1
feel
for
like a
Blizzard.
Frosty, you're ordering it because you're just at Wendy's and you
Right.
always do, and
Yeah.
you're always ordering Dairy Queen because you're just there. You're going there
I
for
love Dairy
that.
Queen. I might.
Where like you will
Yeah, yeah,
always
yeah.
get
I'm literally
a
stopping at, like,
Wendy's
3
Blizzard
places.
or a
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Wendy's,
definitely going to Dairy
drink.
Queen.
Yeah.
Okay, and there is a.
We are not going to Dairy Queen.
We drove separate. So you can go get the kids.
Yeah.
I'm going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
bring it home for the kids.
We'll finish it up here quick. First of all, who would win a league? Vote on that on Friday on Instagram. Blizzard versus Frosties.
Hold
Following
on.
that
Does a
up.
Blizzard include fries? Or is it just a straight Blizzard?
No, you
Frost-
No,
Oh,
sorry,
the-
no, the
the
Frosty.
No,
that
just
is
a Frosty.
straight
Straight
Frosty.
Okay, just
Yeah,
making
yeah.
sure.
Following that up, and we're gonna rapid fire right now because then we'll wrap it up. Everybody's got things to do
I
here.
got to take a leak.
Yes.
Full disclosure.
Pizza Hut.
Oh, fuck. I could crush pizza.
How good is Pizza Hut? We used to
Fucking
go there a
love
lot
Pizza
as
Hut. Come
child.
back on,
I'm-
you know
Do
what's
you
real
realize how
funny?
gross it is?
That
though?
one
like
on
when
Transit?
they throw the oil, it's in
don't
a,
care.
it's in a squirt bottle, guys.
That's
Whatever,
fine.
I don't care.
And
Maybe it's the squirt bottle of
like
heaven.
the Pizza Hut buffet on a Wednesday
Oh,
night or at
fuck.
lunchtime.
I can smell it.
you
Those
know,
No, the
greasy red
salad.
fucking
Yeah.
plates, the
Yeah.
slippery greasy plates because they're like half
yes.
eaten.
And
Oh.
the fruit pizza
In that red
with
cup.
the crumble.
Yeah,
little-
the
the
crumble.
dessert
They
pizza,
had the
dessert
crumble.
pizza.
The
Yeah.
dessert
Man,
pizza
I could
with the
crush
crumble.
Pizza Hut.
And
But
then-
I wonder if, you know the Pizza Hut on Transit Road that's like gone, but the building's still there? I wonder
Yeah.
if Pizza Hut will just buy the building back.
Well, I
I
heard
wonder.
that. Do you know where they're coming back? I heard there's one coming here to Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't know where they're coming, though.
This
I figured
is
maybe they'll just buy that one on
hilarious.
Transit that's still
Yeah.
there.
I'm
technically.
sorry. I don't know. The pizza's not that great.
No, it's
to
so
me.
I
good.
love Pizza
Of
Hut.
It's
the
the-
big four, Pizza Hut is by
Yeah,
far the
Pizza Hut.
best.
Yeah.
I ate a lot of Domino's
Pizza
back
Hut-
in the day. Not
It
bad.
turned into bullshit when it got into Wingstop or wings and like all that weird shit, and then it just got
Stuffed
Yeah, but
crust
I don't-
pizza, though?
But like anything, like
They're pioneers. They
I love
pioneered
Pizza
the
Hut.
stuff.
I really
crust
do.
pizza.
pioneers
Yeah.
of pizza.
They
Like, I
did.
did-
Genius.
God,
Papa
so
John's
greasy.
don't got
That's
shit on them.
So
That is
greasy. Just the
true.
greasiest piece of food you can put in your body.
I don't know. Spiral pizza's pretty fucking
That's
greasy.
not. Yeah, I don't
That's
even.
not
I
for
won't
whole. You
touch
need a
that.
napkin and you're blocking
I won't
that
go
thing
anywhere
off.
near there. That's like if I was in an airport at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
and it's the only thing open
like,
and I'm physically gonna die
Why do you
if I
get
don't eat this
extra
pizza.
slutty at the airport when it comes to food?
Yeah.
That's what I
You're in
wanna know.
survival
What do
mode.
we have?
Literally.
But like you're only there for like an hour sometimes,
We were
and you're
in-
still starving and
Yeah.
eating everything.
We were in like Cleveland Airport not too long ago. Is that where it was?
Yeah.
And they had this burger place.
There are a couple good places.
Oh no, that was Philly.
Philly.
But that burger place, I don't think they're not just in Philly.
No,
They're
I know. I
somewhere
don't.
in
It
the
was like
Northeast.
definitely
I
like a
can't remember
fast
what the
food
fuck
place, but it was so good.
Really?
It was like it
But
was
there
like
was literally like this
Scandalous.
grease
sub
everywhere.
joint also in the food court that was literally called something like Greasy Tony's, and they had a guy who was Greasy Tony, and he would like they had monitors, and he would come. They would like play his commercials like in the little kiosk, and it was the most Philly thing I've ever seen. It was so funny.
Shout out to
What a
I've
town.
never been there. I gotta check that out.
I don't think I have either.
Top notch place.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, especially in the summertime.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
well, it
hot.
depends on what you consider top notch, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you guys so much for coming
Thanks
on.
for
No,
having
we
us. Had a great
appreciate
time.
you.
I had a blast sitting here.
Oh,
Are we
God.
wrapping up?
We got to get
Yeah,
you and then
shit.
smoke. We got to get you two cranked in our podcast and just see what happens.
Yes,
I think this would
this
be
could
fucking
get real
great.
good.
I usually supervise things like that, but
We'll supervise you though. It's okay.
Yeah,
It'll be
we'll
fine.
see.
We get you a ride. You can have a ride.
Yeah, I mean,
She'll be the ride.
yeah. Before we go any further, though, we talked a lot about what you guys do. The biggest thing that I see you guys on is Instagram, and like you guys said, it's all types of content from you guys living your daily lives to what you guys enjoy doing and trying to teach people about it. Where can people go on and find that and listen to the stuff that's out right now for you guys?
Yeah, so we're on Spotify, which is super easy, I feel like, when it comes to the podcast world. On Apple, we're on any platform really when it comes to our podcast. We also have our website. It's potheadparent.com. We have our Instagram. We have
There's a link to all of it on
yeah,
Instagram, right?
they're right. Everything's linked up on our Instagram on our link tree. But yeah, I mean, anyone could certainly just even DM us, or if they have any type of question right now, like we're just willing to help everyone and anyone in email. Our website gives us everything. But Instagram has been a really nice way to be able to
Been a lot of good
communicate
people through there.
right away.
Yeah.
And to create those types of connections and understandings of what other people are needing.
Links to all that stuff will be in the description of this episode. Do you guys do Instagram lives?
We're working on
Okay,
that.
good.
So
You should start doing
right
those.
now, we're just kind of going through a little bit of a transition period of our podcast is now going to be recorded from our home with us, and makes it a little bit easier with having
It wasn't
two kids.
before?
No, we were actually at a
we're going
different
out.
studio.
Oh, gotcha.
So, it does make it a little bit easier. We want to record more, and we want to put a lot more content out and have these discussions and interviews and bring you guys on so you could check out what we do too. And yeah, I mean, everything and anything's up on the website. They can go up and check it out.
Are you guys going to start doing video?
Yeah,
your
we'll have
podcast?
some
Start doing a lot
tutorials.
more,
yeah.
We
Nice.
have our YouTube channel as well if they wanted to check that out. We're also on like Amazon Marketplace with a lot of our products that we love.
There's a lot of links to like, what should we buy to smoke or
Yeah.
like bowls and cleaning
Yeah.
kits, like literally simple stuff.
Yeah, I
Links, click
saw
it, buy it, and
some shit on your website
Yeah.
that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
a lot
Like
of stoner
the,
stuff you wouldn't think
yeah.
of. Like
The
screens and
silicone
stuff. Yeah.
like bowl.
I lived
Yeah,
in a,
those are
yeah.
crazy.
I lived in
Have
a
you
house
used
with 9
those?
guys for a few years when I was
They're
playing
really nice to
hockey.
take
And
around.
there was not
Super
many
free.
cleaning utensils
No,
around, so
not
I'm
at
sure.
all. So-
Yeah.
always clean your bong.
Oh, that's a big thing. Don't be a dick. Clean your bong. Yeah. I mean, that's
You guys
really
got to
what it
get
is.
stickers or shirts or something.
Oh,
that
we're
say
on
that?
it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we're on it.
We're on it. That's
a
what
good
this
shirt.
is. It's just playing around too with the fun of the fact that like pothead as being seen as a pothead is such a taboo.
Yeah.
So you know what? Fuck it. Call me a pothead. We're pothead parents. That's who we are. And we love everything about it. And fuck everyone else who does it. And anyone
it
else
back.
who wants to jump in, we're more than willing to take them on with us.
Amen.
I love it. I love
Real
Pothead
quick
Parents.
before we go, you said the name of it. What is it? Is it The Last Prisoner? What is that?
Yeah, so the Last Prisoner Project.
Okay.
We got lucky enough to, talk to the co-founder, and we're working towards working with them so that when we do have shirts that have Pothead Parent, and we have other parents or even allies who are just like, fuck it, you guys want to smoke? Go for it. Like, I'm all about it. Then we'll be able to give a portion of that to them and figure out ways of how to raise more funds so that we can get as many of these prisoners
There's a
out.
link to that too, right?
Okay. So is that what the project is?
What
though?
they do, they actually grow weed
Right.
at a prison and use the funds to get people out of prison for growing and selling weed.
Right.
It's quite interesting.
Right.
And they had, what are the bags called? Evidence bags? Like it's pretty cool what they did. Check them out. I'll send you the info.
Yeah,
but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's about getting them out and understanding that they shouldn't have been there in the first place. And just trying to find them a way to getting their lives back
to normal life.
And getting adjusted, because it's not just them that dealt with that. It's their kids, it's their spouses, it's their families. And so, like we said, something that broke apart so many fucking families, we're going to do whatever we can to help them because it's healed and helped ours. So that's where we're at. Good stuff.
Go Bills.
We got a lot
Go
of shit
Bills.
happening. And you guys better come to Ice Cycle. I do that too.
Oh yeah, shout out to Ice Cycle.
Thank you. Yeah. So we're just trying to help as many people as we can. That's all we are. Just Missy and Derek. I'm the mom. He's the dad.
That's about it.
That's all it is.
You got kids that poop on the floor sometimes, but it happens.
I get kids
They're
that,
cute as hell,
that
though.
chat.
Don't worry.
I bet you that's the most relatable thing.
And every
yeah.
time
So
that they
people
say
are like,
flag,
oh, fuck,
they say
them too.
fuck.
Yeah, our kid, he
that's
can't say
fun.
flag. He says fuck. He just goes
Yeah.
fuck. It's the
At
funniest
every
thing.
flag. So that's been
Yeah,
fun.
what a weekend it was, probably.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
a
yeah,
great
it was
weekend
great.
of the
That was
Force.
fun.
God, this is
Awesome.
his Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right, literally.
Literally.
Thank you so much for having
thank
us.
Thank you
It's
guys
been
for
a
coming
pleasure.
on. It was a
Appreciate it.
blast. We had a
Had a great
ball. And yeah, check that stuff out.
Thank you so much.
Andy, I love you.
I love you too, kid. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.